Ice, ice, baby! Ice, ice, baby!
What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com, and yep, I have another deportation video for you guys. You keep requesting it, I'm gonna keep providing it for you. As long as people keep uploading these clips to Twitter and Instagram, I'm going to download it and turn it into one video specifically just for you. Now, since this seems to be the most popular content on my channel right now, I decided to make a playlist. It's called Epic Deportation Videos. So all of the videos I have made, putting all the clips together, I have put them all under one playlist. So far, I have 3, and this video right now you're watching is number 4. It's part 4. And I will include the link to this playlist in the description box below, in addition to the pinned comment. Now, without further ado, let's watch all this winning we've been having in America thanks to President Donald Trump. First, Florida got snow, and now they have ice. For those that don't understand how bad the ICE mass deportation protests are getting in Phoenix, Arizona, police are now being forced to use chemical agents and other weapons against protesters to defend themselves. And here's where they give a translation of what the speaker on the back of the police trucks are saying. And it says this: if you do not disperse, you'll be subject to arrest or police action. Other police action could include the use of chemical agents or less of weapon, which may inflict pain or result in serious injury. Please leave this area immediately. They are forced to release a chemical agent. This is getting violent. Someone is paying for these huge protests.
And if you do not disperse, you will be subject to arrest or other police action. Other police action could include the use of chemical agents or less lethal weapons, which may inflict significant pain or result in serious injury. Please leave this area immediately.
Check it out, guys. They ain't playing out here. If you guys are watching this and you guys are over there still, they ain't playing. Look at this shit, guys.
El Departamento de Policía de la Ciudad de Phoenix ha declarado que esta asamblea es ilegal en el nombre del pueblo del Estado de Arizona.
They out here, guys. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. I don't know how close I could get, but they're right. Check it out.
The City of Phoenix Police Department hereby declares this to be an unlawful assembly in the name of the people of the state of Arizona.
There it is. That's that gas. That's that tear gas right there, guys.
To immediately and peacefully disperse. Arizona Revised Statute 1329 prohibits remaining present at an unlawful assembly. And if you do not disperse, you will be subject to arrest or other police action. Other police action could include the use of chemical agents or less lethal weapons, which may inflict significant
pain
right
or
result in serious injury.
For all the people right here watching, this is for you guys. I'm on 11%. Let's get it. They're shooting that.
Post-editing Tree here. I'm muting this section of the video because Dodo had included some Mexican music in here and it was trash. And plus, I don't want a content ID. I did a lot of work on this video, so I'm just going to mute it from here on out. So that's why this part of the video doesn't have any sound to it. Denver, Colorado neighborhood with heavy presence of ICE, the FBI, Homeland Security, and armored trucks. Denver residents are overjoyed. Love all this Homeland Security on the one end, armored vehicles on the other. Been checking people's cars all day. This is awesome. I love this. I love all this. American citizens in Colorado support ICE and Tom Homan. They want illegal migrants gone. Turn Colorado red.
Love all this. Homeland Security on the one end, armored vehicles on the other. Been checking people's cars all day. This is awesome. I love this. I love all this.
New ICE ERO Seattle has captured an illegal migrant from China who was convicted of manufacturing illicit drugs. He was snatched on the job while working for Amazon. He was working for Amazon delivery, by the way. His drugs flooded into the Seattle community, harming the population. Illegal migrant records ICE and law enforcement coming for him while he's up in a tree. He yells at them in Spanish that they will not deport him. You think they're coming to send me to my country? No. He then taunts them, saying that they won't come up to get him. Come for me, he says.
La migra dice que baje del techo.
Venga, venga por mí, suba. Venga por mí. Estamos a la misma distancia. ¿Usted cree que hay más ellos? No, papá, mire, ve. No. ¿Usted cree que me van a mandar para mi país? No. Venga por mí. Venga por mí. Suba a este cuarto piso, ve.
Holy crap. Look at this massive ICE raid on an apartment complex in Denver, Colorado. This is exactly what 77+ million people voted for. Keep it going.
Judicial warrant signed by a judge with the specific name of person and address. ¿Cómo se llama? Señor, amigo. Leaving it on the sidewalk.
So this tweet has a two-part to it that is consecutive for 2 days. LA student walkout. Right now, high school students have walked out of class and gathered in front of the LA City Hall for the 4th straight day of anti-ICE immigration rights protests. And above that same tweet, in a quote tweet, it says, LA student walkout again. High school and middle school students have taken over the streets in front of the LA City Hall for the 5th straight day of anti-ICE immigration rights protests. This won't be slowing down anytime soon. When is the rest of LA going to start joining them? New woman who cut down an American flag arrested after she threatened to have her people take out the police officers and their children in Bakersfield, California. FAFO. 24-year-old Crystal Aguilar, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, was seen replacing the American flag with a Mexican flag at the entrance of Hart Park in Bakersfield. The American flag has been thrown in the mud before she raised the Mexican flag. Aguilar was charged with vandalism, threatening a peace officer, and resisting arrest, according to local news reports. She is due in court on Monday.
You're not going to tell me what to do. This is Mexican land.
Oh, okay.
Look at that flag, because that flag isn't on the floor, is it?
Hey.
Is it?
Hey.
You can't say I'm disrespecting. No, esta es mi tierra. Esta es mi tierra. Esta es mi tierra.
Come here.
Okay, my people kill you.
Turn around.
I'm going in peace and you're hurting me and you're going to regret it when you... Okay.
Hey.
Touch me, when your kids die. When your kids die. You're squishing my hand and they already know. You don't need to take me.
Stop her.
Take me. Take me. Take me.
Take her down.
Take me,
She's on the ground. She's all right. We'll get her. Help her.
Stick my
All this happening this morning around 9:30. The Kern County Sheriff's Office says 24-year-old Crystal Aguilar cut the chain securing the flagpole at the entrance to the park, removed the American flag, threw it into the mud, and replaced it with the flag of Mexico. When park rangers attempted to detain Aguilar, she responded with a slew of threats. She was taken into custody and booked into jail on several charges, including threatening a peace officer, vandalism, and resisting arrest.
Wow, what other country on earth would tolerate this? A legal migrant in Aurora, Colorado records ICE and police banging on their door for immigration. Instead of opening the door, they record it and post online to show other illegals how to just ignore immigration raids.
No abran la puerta, llego inmigración en Aurora.
Police!
ICE be sneaky. And they show this man in front of a camera crying where he says, ICE just pretended to be the Spanish food truck and arrested my whole crew just now.
Ahí viene la migra, la migra, la migra.
Number 99999 to deport them all even harder. Essentially, Democrats are upset about mass deportation because they'll be losing their cheap labor force.
Wait a minute. You just admitted to wanting the illegals to stay in America because they're the cheapest working labor force. The entire concept of illegal aliens coming over here is essentially modern slavery, if that's the way you're going to look at this situation. Mad because it's going to cost you a little more to cut your grass, or you can't find someone to cut your grass. I'm more worried about the fentanyl crisis that's happening because of the illegals. I'm more worried about the hundreds of girls who were harmed because of the illegals. I'm more worried about the theft and the crimes committed upon businesses because of the illegals. And you come from the same party that claims to actually care about the separating of families during the mass deportation efforts. But where was that logic when illegals were killing the children of American families? You didn't care then.
ICE not playing around.
Hey, they broke the window. Get out now. They broke the window, man. Get out now, man.
Donald Trump's ICE mass deportation are inspiring self-deportations. Illegal migrants says, and this is a translation from Spanish to English, my people, given the circumstances here in the United States, you can no longer live. You can no longer be. I decided to travel back to my homeland. We greet each other again in Mexican land.
Bueno, pues mi gente, dada la circunstancia que aquí pues ya en Estados Unidos ya no se puede vivir, no se puede estar, pues yo opté o decidí viajar ya a mi tierra natal. Y ahorita ya estamos listos con la animalita esta. Vamos a empezar a subir a todos los cochitriles. Pienso que aquí me entran hasta los caballos porque me los llevo. Así que pues, no sé ustedes, pero yo ya voy a empezar a empacar, ¿vale? Es mejor de que aquí corrió que de aquí quedó. Así que pues, saludos. Ahí nos volvemos a saludar cuando ya esté yo en tierra mexicana. Así nomás quedó.
Clinton and Obama deported millions more than Donald Trump, yet there's no outrage from the media because they are Democrats. Actually, demon rats.
So Hollywood celebrities, Democrat politicians, and the media they control are freaking out over Donald Trump's border policies and the fact that he's deporting people who are in the country illegally. It's gotten to the point where you're literally seeing protests break out across the country. And I find it interesting because Democrat presidents like Barack Obama deported millions more than Donald Trump, yet we didn't see any of the outrage that we're seeing toward the Trump administration aimed at Barack Obama then or now. Just listen to this clip from former President Barack Obama and tell me if he doesn't sound like Republicans today.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up.
Then he went on to deport over 5 million people. Trump deported a little over 1 million in his first term. And again, Barack Obama deported over 5 million. And then there's former Democrat President Bill Clinton, who deported 12 million people. Yeah, you heard that right. 12 million. Listen to this clip of his wife, Hillary Clinton, talking about the border.
I think we got to have tough conditions. Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked. They're gone.
But now, when Trump starts deporting people who are here illegally committing crimes, you have the media, shows like The View, Democrat politicians, celebrities losing their minds, and all demonizing Donald Trump as if he's doing something that Bill Clinton or Barack Obama didn't do. Somebody just has to make it make sense to me because the math ain't mathin'. When I was younger, I had a brother, God rest his soul, who used to commit crimes. The police would show up at our house and search every room looking for him, come and take him to jail. Why? Because he broke the law. See, as American citizens, if we break the laws, we have to pay the price. The same should go for anyone else.
This is huge. Do these red buildings look familiar? They should. These are the famous housing units being terrorized by Venezuelan migrants in Aurora, Colorado. Colorado residents reporting ICE just showed up and all buildings are now closed and cleaned out. That built, by the way, they're actually translating what they're saying in this video here. That building closed. All those red buildings closed by ICE. ICE over there, ICE right here. And then the video below is when the Venezuelan gang had taken over the place. So the shared video below is from September of the same buildings with Venezuelans. So let's go ahead and look at the two here. So this, and I had to turn it down because of the music and a lot of profanity. It's two black women driving a car. And as you can see, this was from September the 4th, 2024. And it says Colorado residents drive through Aurora, Colorado to see for themselves if Venezuelan migrants are out there. And as you can see, there you go. They have the dates there and they are all out in full force. Jeez. Okay, it's going to be like night and day to compare. Go over there, see for yourself, make your own option on what you mean, opinion on what's real. Anyway, so let's take a look at that from September to what has happened now over there in ICE on the same block.
That building's closed. All those red buildings closed by the ICE. ICE over there. ICE right here.
Points on points. This is not some new crazy concept, folks. Some other countries that deport illegal occupants.
I remember
Okay, that was pretty good. I like that. No longer a conspiracy theory. Illegals have been able to easily obtain a driver's license this whole time. This woman's dad was an illegal and got deported. He had a driver's license. One of her commenters asked how he had a driver's license if he was illegal. She responds. So I'm going to go ahead and read this just in case you guys don't want to pay attention to it. So I'll go ahead and read this and then we'll play the video. So another fact that a lot of people don't know is that with the ITIN number that you get from the IRS, you are able to get a privileged driver's license from the DMV. So you would just have to have your, identification from Mexico, your ID from Mexico, your birth certificate, your ITIN number, things like that. And you be able to get that privileged driver's license. That's how people get it. So that's how that's done in the ITIN number. You can look it up, and the privileged driver's license that immigrants get with the ITIN number. How many people illegally voted with these? Illegals get an individual taxpayer identification number from the IRS, have their foreign documents. They get a driver's license. It's that easy.
So another fact that a lot of people don't know is with the ITIN number that you get from the IRS, you are able to get a privileged driver license from the DMV. So you would just have to have your, identification from Mexico, your ID from Mexico, your birth certificate, your ITIN number, things like that, and you'd be able to get that privileged driver license. That's how people get it. Again, everybody knows this. Immigrants use those ID cards as long as with the ITIN number. So that's how that's done. Is the ITIN number. You can look it up, and the privilege driver license that immigrants get with the ITIN number.
You can run, but you can't hide. ICE will find you.
If you do not legally belong in our country, why should we care about your opinions? Pick up your birth certificate and walk with me. Long story short, it's time for some of y'all to go home. America is becoming the United States of Section 8, and we do not have enough resources to take in everybody and their bald-headed mothers. I understand some of y'all are fleeing some crazy governments, but y'all need to either figure that out or get in line to get your papers like the legal immigrants did. And don't tell me that the process takes too long. It takes too long because we're so busy dealing with the goofy people who swam here. And then some of you try to tell me that America is a racist country. Are the migrants aware of that? Because I see 50 Shades of Brown lined up at our border right now. How you gonna hate from outside the United States? You can't even get in.
TikToker says if white Americans vacation in Mexico, Mexicans will spit in their food and drinks because they're mad about Trump's deportation and border policies.
All I gotta say is, if you're American, very pale American, I hope you don't have plans for spring break in Mexico, because there's a lot of people that are mad right now. And among other things, you wouldn't want them spitting in your food. Or your drink. At those all-inclusives in Cancun.
Over 100 illegals arrested in New York City for deportation in 1 week. Deporting criminal illegals is widely popular, even in leftist New York City. Meanwhile, Kathy Hochul continues to be unpopular and has a negative net favorability for a year now. Deportations good, Democrats bad.
The poll numbers are the second month in a row that we're seeing a decent amount of support in deep blue New York for President Trump's mission to deport migrants who have committed crimes and are here illegally. Recent Siena poll numbers show a massive 69% of Democrats in New York who were polled support removing undocumented migrants who have been convicted of a crime. That includes 71% of Latino voters who were polled by Siena. This is the second month in a row that the numbers have shown a significant amount of support here in New York for President Trump's actions when it comes to immigration and deportations. Last month's Siena poll asked a slightly different question of whether voters would support those missions by President Trump. In that poll in December, 54% said they supported the president's initiatives for deportation. They asked a similar question this month, and about 48% said they supported President Trump's mission when it comes to deportations, compared with 31% who opposed that. The Siena poll also had some other interesting numbers around politics here in New York. Governor Kathy Hochul continues to be unpopular in that poll. Her numbers this time around showed her continuing to be in the water and having a negative net favorability rating. That's a year that she has had a negative net favorability rating in Siena's numbers. And a separate question asked voters whether they would prefer to see Hochul on the ballot in 2026 or somebody else. A whole 57% of voters said they would rather see somebody else on the ballot, whereas only 31% said they would like to see Hochul up for re-election in 2026. So these numbers continue to show that New York voters are starting to make a little bit of a rightward shift in some areas.
Ahí viene la migra, la migra, la migra. Ahí viene la migra. Ahí viene la migra, la migra, la migra. Ahí viene la migra, la migra, la migra. La migra, la migra. Ahí viene la migra, la migra, la migra. La migra, la migra. Ahí viene la migra, la migra, la migra.
And there you have it, taters. That concludes all I collected so far in the last 2 days. I didn't upload a video yesterday, and so I'm making up for it today. And I hope you like it. If you do, let me know by leaving a comment below this video. Also, give me a like. And if you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe. And don't forget, check out a list of these. Now, I don't even know how long this is going to go. So if there's a part 5, I will include it in this playlist called Epic Deportation Videos. So feel free to share it with everybody on social media, and I'll see you guys on the next video, okay? Later, taters!